Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Do not adjust your monitor. What you're about to witness is a special Ment Event broadcast.
Yes, he's about to tell the truth here. He's about to tell the truth. Should I hit him with the poison dart?
This
Oh, my bad. I was by the microphone.
this will be a conspiracy only episode.
We would like to welcome everyone with a PSA announcement. First off, we'd like to give you all with a warning before this episode begins. First off, there's going to be possible cursing. And we're going to cover topics that are like what people call conspiracies. And being that this is episode 15, me and my man One Take Will over here,
That's me.
we're going to give this episode its only title, the only title that it could have. It's the Conspirasode.
The Conspirasode.
So we'd like to welcome y'all. Put on your seatbelts, crack open a beer, take
Pull
a
up-
shower,
Pull up your Spanx.
wash that hands, and check it out, because we're going to take you on this Conspirasode.
Get ready for a wild ride. And in this episode, we're going to make our best effort to not curse in the first 5 minutes, seeing as how things are a little silly. We're going to do it. We're going to try. Y'all follow along if you want.
Yeah, it'll be like a drinking game.
Right.
If you guys swear before we do, you got to take that drink. It's a holiday weekend. You know you're at home.
That's right. Well, you know you're at home with a drink in your hand.
Or
But you
aren't you? Are you somewhere else in your own Conspirasode?
and your toes are not in the sand. 'Cause you...
So I think I'm going to hit you with one right off the bat.
Oh, you're going to hit me right off
I'm
the
going to hit
giddy
you
up.
with one right off the bat.
Okay, what do you got?
So this one, can go many different ways, however you want to take it. But I've always wondered because
I prefer to take it orally, thank you.
Right, man. There's just so many different directions you could go with this shit.
Okay.
So you let me know what you think.
Okay. I'm gonna let you know.
They say if this is the ultimate conspiracy of all conspiracies.
Okay.
Doesn't even have theories yet.
Whoa.
There's not even like YouTube videos on this shit.
What? Are we gonna go?
We're about to crack the eggshell.
We're
on
gonna
this
go
one.
deep, aren't we?
For real.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I'm
Are
ready.
you ready? I think everybody's ready.
I think they're
That's why
ready.
we're wearing the 3D glasses. Because in the words of One Take Will, this show is coming at you.
We're coming at you in 5D. Coming at you from 5 different directions. We're like ninjas in sports cars.
And being that it's the Conspirasode, we got to have each other's back. So if we notice any weird things happening with our phones or anything like that, you got to have my back. I got to have his back.
I got your back.
We got to be ready for anything to happen.
We're
Gotta
ready.
Here for choppers going over, something like that. Power gets cut out. We got to be ready.
I'm like a sheep out in the jungle. I'm ready.
You never know what's going to go down.
That's right.
So back to this conspiracy.
Okay, what do you got?
Here it is.
Brand new.
If you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Ooh.
And it could be with anything, whether it's, your own personal, parts or whatever the heck it is, man. But what is it? What is that true? If you don't use it, you lose it?
You know what? I think this is a deep conspiracy, and I believe there's a lot of truth behind it. If you don't use it, you lose it. But you got to define what is it.
Yeah, like use what, lose what?
It's it. You lose it.
Dang, this is like blowing my mind right now.
So can you imagine?
Like, what about like old socks? If you don't use the old socks, do you lose the old socks?
That's right. The dryer or the washing machine, they eat them up.
Because you ever notice your good socks are always the one that missed the one sock, and then your old shitty old ones with the blown out elastic are the ones that are always in your drawer, but your good ones you want to wear are the ones that are always missing that pair.
It's the sock gnomes. They come after them.
And I want to use those socks, but I must not have been using them enough because I lost them.
Enough. It's the it gnomes. They're the ones who take it. Can you imagine if you lose it, how limited your vocabulary would be?
That's crazy, dude.
If you don't have it, you can't say a lot of things.
Wow. And then you're going to lose it.
That's right. You can't read a lot of things. Things won't make sense without it.
What you going to do with it?
Nothing. You ain't going to do nothing.
Or what are you going to do with if you lost it and then all of a sudden you got it back?
Oh, no. If you get it back, it'll be like an eruption inside your brain. You'll start bleeding from your ears.
You would have that like cut to movie scene where like you're running in slow motion to each other, but you be in your mind doing that as you guys reunite.
Yeah. It is running to you, and you're running back to it with your arms wide open, and it's like that $1 Million Man music, that sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. But no, in reality, I've experienced this on my own. There will be things that I won't do or say, and they'll be lost, and it's for like a long period of time. I wonder if your brain is only able to hold so much data, and then as you accumulate new data, it goes through and it sifts through the old data, and it says, well, you haven't used this piece of data for such and such amount of time. We'll just erase that and replace it with this new piece of data.
Yep, I think that happens, but I don't think it gets rid of it. I think that's just our brain is so packed. If we're only using that small percentage, it's probably got all kinds of file cabinets in there.
Okay. Well, I think it goes away. I honestly do. Or maybe like the
And
connection to that. You know how like you ever seen like, have you ever lost something that you needed at that time, and then you find it like weeks later, and you're like, oh, there it was, and then that memory surfaces of you putting it there, and you say, I'm gonna put this here for safekeeping in case I might need it again.
Possibly.
I think maybe your thoughts are the same way. If you don't keep touching those thoughts or ideas or those special tools that you have inside your brain, you lose touch with them and you forget where they're at and you can't find them again.
I think when it has those file cabinets and just shoves them to the side, it does exactly like what happens to your old basement stuff or your attic stuff. It just like it's gonna cover like just inches of dust like all over the place in there, and you just forget all about it.
For sure, for sure.
That's one thing in science they don't show you is all the dust in your brain.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine if you could take a leaf blower to my brain, all the dust that would come out, I'd probably blot out the sun and cause the next ice age.
You need a small enough brain Roomba. Let that sucker go in there and vacuum our shit out. It's
all-
got to be all kinds
all-
of cobwebs in there.
You did it.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm past the time.
Where are we at? 5 minutes? Oh, we're at
7.
6, 7. Okay, okay. First one to curse.
That's right. First was the worst.
He said the SH word.
Bing bing.
Bingo bongo.
I ain't scared.
But yeah, how often in your life have you experienced the losing of it?
All the time. I don't know. You know, like I used to play basketball a lot every season for years straight at this basketball league, and last year I didn't. So I'm curious if I go back this year, if we get to go back this year, you know, depending on the circumstances. But if I lost it, like if I can still play, I used to play pretty decent. So I mean, who knows what'll happen? Do I still got that intensity?
For sure.
The speed, the stamina.
For sure, for sure. I've told people before when it comes to certain topics, because you know, I've told them, so I've lost more its than you've ever gained, and that's pretty profound.
Interesting.
Hold on, first one of the show. There we go. And we're gonna bring in the Sasquatch. Now, when we talk,
You know, that was really interesting and great segue, the way you did the Sasquatch mating call before you started this conspiracy about Sasquatch.
well, yeah, I'm
"Rawr."
I'm an expert in Sasquatchian mating calls, and I think in my dreams I've been to their planet or their dimension, because I don't believe.
I remember your tours you used to take with the Native Americans, and they even gave you the tribal name because of the way you were one with nature, and they called you Sakewake.
That's right, Sakewake, and it was because I could produce that special mating call.
That's for sure.
And they would tell me, they would take me on these long trips through the rainforest, and
Native Americans had rainforests?
well, these were special Native Americans. These were interdimensional Native Americans.
These guys liked humidity.
Yes.
They were way different.
They're way different. They were way different. These are tribal folk, and they would say. Oh, but you know what? Here on the real, I'm gonna tell you right now. On the real, when we talk about Sasquatch, we're talking about the Yeti. We're
Yeah.
talking about Bigfoot. We're talking about
Abominable snowman.
abominable snowman, and you know all of that. Not the chupacabra.
No, but isn't it crazy though? Like we were talking about this, me and you, the other day, man.
Yeah, we were.
What about like it's crazy that you don't find no Bigfoot poop.
Well, and that's exactly what I was saying. I think, and that's why I brought that up. I think that Sasquatch or whatever isn't from our dimension. I think he comes here and maybe he hunts, maybe he takes food, deer or bison or
Yeah,
whatever,
because he ain't taking shits.
and he doesn't poop here. Maybe he goes back to his home dimension and he's got a nice one of them nice Japanese toilets with a bidet.
What if that shit from Star Wars was true and he's one of them fucking aliens like Chewbacca?
He could be a Wookiee from the planet Kashyyyk.
And he gets on the ship and takes off, and that's why we ain't finding his ass.
That would be really interesting to discover that the Bigfoot is actually a Wookiee from the planet Kashyyyk. And he's probably got a really awesome toilet on his ship, so he doesn't have to poop here. But he needs food, or maybe we have delicacy here. Maybe like he likes the food here.
Or what about like the reason they don't see him that often and stuff like that, or when they're always pissed off and making all them crazy noises, is our food constipates them. And then like they come here and they got to get the stuff they need, and then they're like fuck, and then you hear all their noises.
Oh, so it could be like, you know how like you like to eat hot foods, spicy foods, but you pay for it later? It could kind of like be that scenario.
For real.
Maybe like our food is spicy to him.
He was like, damn squirrel.
Or maybe he's got a gluten allergy. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Sasquatch has a gluten allergy. We'll have to get a deeper investigation into the gluten allergy that plagues the Sasquatch.
Because a lot of those noises that they hear him, like it could be them just dealing with bloatedness and upset stomachs.
Yeah, I'm guessing. And he probably has to hold it in. He's like, I'm not pooping on this planet. And he's got to hold it.
You ain't worth the shit on, he said. That's from Bigfoot. You know, it's just weird, man. Like they find out, and like it's another thing. Like they just never develop shoes. Like these guys can hide out and disappear in like a blink of an eye, and they never developed the way to wear shoes.
Well, you don't need shoes when you got feet like that. I bet they're perfectly, rugged for the type of outdoor terrain. He's probably ultra quiet. You know, he doesn't need sneakers. His own feet are sneakers. He'll sneak up on you.
Do you think there's like balding Bigfoots, like the ones that are like got bad hair problems? Like, do you think there's any that are losing hair?
That's possible.
You think there's one with that like fucking what you call Bozo the Clown type shit, or then one dudes that always have that hat and don't let go of that fucking long stuff they still got left?
Or what if he's got like some patches of hair missing on his chest because he's so old and he's balding?
Yeah, they like feel embarrassed about it.
Yeah, that could be.
Like if Bigfoots have comb overs.
What if he comes to our planet specifically for our hair growth formulas?
Right, going to get the fucking, making an appointment to see Alice.
Now we're getting Cialis.
He needs boner pills too.
Damn. Well, can you imagine that furry phallus of his, what it smells like being out in the forest and running through streams and getting dirty? Can you imagine what that satchel of fur of his smells like?
We'd never know.
We're never going to know.
Because we never find anything about them. We never find no bones from them. We never find no poops.
Nothing.
No pee on a tree. Nothing.
They're trans-dimensional beings.
You got people so desperate, they're like freezing gorilla suits and shit. Like, I found it.
They probably click their heels together 3 times and it takes them back to their home.
Right. They were like, I found it. Thanks, Halloween store.
Oh, yeah. So that's it. That's the Sasquatch. Tell us what you think, YouTube. Do you think Sasquatch and not the Loch Ness Monster? Why did I think the Loch Ness Monster? That's got nothing to do with Sasquatch.
That'd be another one. You don't find no Loch Ness Monster shit.
Do you or don't you?
You don't.
How would you know what a Loch Ness Monster poop looks like? There's a lot of big sea creatures. Would you be able to identify, even if you did find one, would you be able to identify it?
Who knows? Because all you got is the silhouette.
Right.
Where it looks like a dude like this. That's all we got.
Exactly. And a couple of arches in the water. You'll have like 2 arches and a head that's like...
Yeah. It's crazy.
But, I don't think you'll know. If you saw a Loch Ness Monster poop, you wouldn't know. You might pick it up and then squeeze it, and it might be mud to you. You'd be like, oh, this is just mud.
Or what if it got hard, and you were like, oh, look at this rock I found. It's got a cool color.
Yep.
This rock smells weird. It even tastes salty. Look if you put your tongue on it. And it was Loch Ness shit.
It's got a peanut sticking out of it. Look, it grows peanuts.
You had some Nessie shit on your lips.
Yeah, like Nessie ate a Snickers. And it's got undigested peanut in it.
Yeah, it'd be like otter nails and shit. You'd be like, why was there nails in?
Okay, speaking of undigested items, I have a conspiracy for you. Here's a conspiracy. The hairs that a dog consumes don't digest. Did you know that?
A lot of things.
And when they go to poop, if the poop's not heavy enough, it'll cause the poop to dangle from their ass.
Yes. Hence the word dingleberries.
Hence the word dingleberries. I experienced this conspiracy firsthand, and I consider it a conspiracy against humanity because it was definitely a crime and a conspiracy. My dog got in the bed, and this dog, my little Cleo,
Cleclo?
yeah, she's got about 1,000 nicknames.
Sounds like a new toy brand.
her name-
Cleco and Cleclo.
Her name is Cleo, but we call her Cleclo or Kukla.
Like
or,
the psychic?
Yeah, basically. We have all these different nicknames for her. Whatever comes up at the time is basically her nickname. My other dog's got a bunch of nicknames too. But anyway, she's a notorious feces eater. Notorious. She loves to eat logs. She loves to, and then
A lot of dogs do, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
she gets in the bed. It's bedtime. I just let him outside, and I smell poop on her, and I'm like, this dog's been outside in the yard eating feces.
Gross.
I know. So what do? First thing I do, I smell her mouth. Right? I want to know, because if she's got poop in her mouth, I'm brushing her teeth, because I'm not laying with a dog with poop breath all night.
Uh-huh.
So, no poop breath. No poop head. I smelled her head. I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm petting her, and my hand goes around to her leg, and I feel, what do I feel? A turd. And it was a fresh turd because it got the poop on my hand. I'm like, oh, there's poop on her. I started crying. I
Oh.
woke my wife up. It was a
Got
catastrophe.
the nugget hand.
It's a nice thing to have happen at 10 o'clock at night. And then so we had to wash the dog. So we take the dog to the sink in the kitchen, and because she's a small dog, very easy to wash in the sink, and we're rinsing her ass off because we think she just got shit stuck to her leg. And it's hanging by one of my wife's hairs.
Nice.
And I had to
I
grab the hair and pull it out of my dog's ass.
And on that note, we will take a time out.
We're gonna take a quick
We gotta
commercial break.
We gotta take a quick time out and a break because we need to scan our computers and everything to make sure we're not being tapped during this episode of Conspirasode.
We got to put our tinfoil hats on to make sure the satellites aren't trying to beam into our brain.
We hope everyone enjoyed that first segment of our Conspirasode. And now we are about to embark on the second phase of our Conspirasode, where we have more conspiracies that bring chills down your spine and raise the hairs on your arm. And some might just bore the shit out of you. But please stay patient, because this is another segment of the Conspirasode.
Next, we're going to talk about, are you ready? Clones.
Clones.
Yes. Everybody knows that clones have been around for a long time. Body doubles, clones, call them what you will.
It's been a fun conspiracy to look at. Fun YouTube rabbit hole.
You see a lot of these foreign leaders. They've got body doubles. They've got clones.
And a lot of entertainers. Like they say, like a lot of entertainers are cloned because they can like be in all these places at once and do all these things.
That's right. Rock stars. Actors and actresses and people of all walks of life who are in the media spotlight. I'm pretty sure that they are clones of some of them.
I would hope it's not all entertainers, because some entertainers are annoying as fuck, and I don't give a shit because that's like super annoying. Like, and they made two of them. Like, damn, they made two of them.
Well, can you imagine if you will, if Gilbert Gottfried had a clone?
Right. You'd hear that fucking guy everywhere.
Or what about Fran Drescher? What if she had a clone and she was always doing the nanny voice?
Or what about like Carrot Top? There was two of those. That'd be messed up. I'm glad there's only one, and they keep him in Vegas.
Well, Gallagher has multiple clones of himself.
Yep, and twins. That's what they say. They got twins. Chris Angel, like magicians. They got like twins.
Yep. The Blue Men Group, they've cloned the entire group. They do multiple shows across the country. They have cloned the entire group.
That's right. They just go and just dip people blue in the sleep. And they just wake up and they're part of the group.
It's not different blue people in those blue costumes. They are the same people. It's just clones.
It's crazy.
I know.
And there's entertainers that you can catch on those like YouTube rabbit hole videos where They even say like, "I have a clone," or "I've been cloned," or they even say they've been cloned. That's just crazy to me. Like if they really thought it enough to just make another one of them and just make like double the money or something like that. Maybe that's what they were going for. I don't know.
So I've dug deep into it, and apparently, the technology that was used in the movie with Wilford Brimley about the pod people, man, I can't remember the name of the movie now off the top of my head. Anyway, Cocoon. That's it. In that movie,
is Steve Guttenberg in that movie?
I don't know. Actually, honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. But anyway, in that movie, the alien technology that was used in that movie is how they clone the people. You go into this pod, makes a copy of you, and then other pods sprout. It almost looks like a pumpkin patch in a way.
Weird.
Yeah, and then clones pop out of the pods.
Creepy.
It's crazy.
It's like that body snatcher shit.
Absolutely.
Better watch yourself.
Do you know that the first thing...
If you are overliked, they might clone your ass.
When the clones first come, when they're first born, you know the first thing they have to do? They have to feed them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Interesting.
Can you believe that? Somebody has the job of just making thousands of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for clones.
That would suck.
I don't know, man. I'm a big peanut butter fan. The only way I would be upset is if they only liked Peter Pan peanut butter.
Yeah, like, look, all we got was this government peanut butter because you're here at the government facility.
Yeah. It's Jif or nothing.
Craziness.
But clones, man, I'm telling you. You know who the first actor I heard talking about clones was?
Who?
Jack Black. That was the first one I heard talking. And he's a rocker and an actor. And he said it himself, his own words. If you don't do what they want, they kill you and clone you.
That's just crazy, though, if they just do that and just clone you because, like, they got some artists that are, like, supposedly dead and not dead. Like, you got, like, the Elvises and the Tupacs and the...
Avril Lavigne.
All these weird people.
She died and they cloned her.
It's weird. It's weird.
Tupac wasn't cloned, was he? Didn't he just fake his own death?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you never know. Like, if they're cloning people, and then they're not cloning people, or they're, or people could fake their own death, or whatever the hell, like, or if they're dead or not. I don't know. It's just wild.
I think Biggie is dead for real because Biggie, being a food connoisseur that he was, there would be a way to track down if he was still alive.
Yeah, now he's like 140 pounds. He's like unrecognizable.
Yeah, maybe he lost all that weight. That would suck though. He wouldn't be able to eat as much. He's like, I'm a totally vegan diet, gluten free. I don't eat. All I do is eat vegetables.
They were like this new Jamaican singer came out, Sean Kingston. They're like, it's Biggie.
Oh, maybe that's
like
him.
Him that lost weight, even though that kid's still pretty big. It was like half the Biggie.
Right.
And then he could sing Jamaican songs and shit.
Half the Biggie. That's funny.
But yeah, they even said like Tupac had body doubles. He had doubles, and like a lot of people, they even said that Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is had body doubles. There's even like footage of him eating them.
You just messed it up the way I always mess it up too. I say King and it's Kim.
Kin.
Is it Kin? K-I-N?
You might be right. I'm just saying. I think I said.
I
Kin.
thought it was
King.
I always would screw it up because I thought it was K-I-N-G, as in if he was like the king, King Jong-un. But I think it's Kim. I think his first name is K-I-M. I could be wrong on that.
Let me help you with this Pam thing.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing a little Pam. But yeah, he's got Saddam Hussein. He had body doubles. He had clones of himself.
So did Hitler.
Dude,
what about like Elvis? They said like he fucking still alive, or then they showed like footage of him like shape-shifting, like his face fucking all moving around.
I think Elvis is still alive, and I seen some of those shape-shifting videos. What do you want to bet that maybe he got to a point in his career where he's like, I can't be me anymore. I can't take on this form. So he transformed into another shape, another physical form. And what if he's Ariana Grande?
Yeah, now he's Ariana Grande, or he's like Selena Gomez.
Ooh, Elvis Presley shape-shifted into Ariana Grande.
Because he sang a lot of sad songs toward the end of his career, and her songs are all fucking really sad.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's Selena Gomez.
It makes sense. I'm putting two and two together here and deciding this community's starting to piss me off.
Because he couldn't be Taylor Swift because she's way too tall. and he's like a short dude.
Yeah, Elvis wasn't.
And she don't look like she knows karate.
Well, that's true. I don't think Taylor Swift knows a bit of karate, not a single bit. I think she would get her ass beat by, somebody who's the lady. Damn it, I can't think of that song or that band. They always make fun of her with a goat. She sings like a goat.
Oh man,
You know who I'm talking about, right?
No.
Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
Stevie Nicks. I think Stevie Nicks would beat the crap out of Taylor Swift in a fist fight. Stevie Nicks has got her all day, even in her advanced age.
Dang.
Sorry, Taylor Swift. And did you see that?
You would lose to the goat singer.
Did you see that? There's a conspiracy right there. I couldn't form that thought cohesively because they're beaming in through the house. They're scrambling my brain waves.
Look, we are touching on some interesting subjects here, people.
We're going deep.
And these guys don't like it. That's why we're here in disguise. You see us here in this disguise.
Yeah, you see this. This is so
we're
that
trying
we're
to
not
protect ourselves.
We got to be unrecognizable.
You guys know who we are, but they don't yet.
We got to go incognito.
Or do they?
They don't know us. We're wearing these shirts. We're trying to pose as other people, and it's not working. They already found us.
We're trying to pose as like normal civilians.
They're going to come after us. We might not have a whole lot of time to finish this episode before the black suits come in and burst through the door and take us away.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to go down. It's going to go down.
It's going down. We're going to get locked up. So I hope you guys get a chance to watch the entire episode before this gets taken off the air. It's too bad we don't have like a wheel and we put a bunch of conspiracies on the wheel and we could just spin it. The wheel of conspiracy.
Well, now I believe we'll touch on such and subject of aliens. And we're not talking about like illegal aliens from different borders. We're talking about space aliens from possible other planets or possible from our own other dimensions.
Wait, aren't they still illegal aliens then? Because they don't have green cards.
They probably got better rights than most.
They're here illegally.
And they'll automatically get to meet the president.
That's right. That's crazy.
First time here, you get to meet the president.
First time here, and they possibly could run for president even though they're not from this planet.
Yeah, if they like meet the age.
Yeah. So aliens. So everything that they've uncovered about since antiquity about aliens has been archaeological finds.
I just think it's crazy like that. All this technology we got, and nobody's got no good video of one yet. And you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's got no good video. It's always some weird shit or something came out my fucking bedroom window. Or, like, I just saw a foot. And there's this new one going around. They're like, oh, my security camera. It's a brand new one that's going around right now, viral as hell. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. This lady's security camera picks up and looks like she says the alien, like, went through her security camera and lifted up and flew away. But when you watch the video, it's a motherfucking cricket on her screen. And you see the cricket ass, because you know what everybody knows what a cricket ass looks like. Right. And a cricket leg. And it fucking once across the screen and goes over the top.
That's crazy.
And if you don't watch this video, I want somebody to tell me that that's not a cricket ass.
Oh, that's funny. You know, everybody wants to get in on the alien thing, and they just not in on it. So, but
I'm kind of in on it. I just, I want some, like, I gotta, I might be jinxing myself one time, be like, I gotta see it, man. Like, one's gonna come see me now or something crazy, Because I remember the one time I said I never got stung by a bee before. Then I got lit up.
Well, there's things about aliens all throughout history. You look at ancient texts from religious documents and even cave drawings and all that stuff. There's always some sort of alien type of reference in them.
Again, you go back to where's the alien poop?
Ooh.
Where's the alien bones? We got weird people-shaped heads. It doesn't mean, like, there's people that are born right now today look like Mac and me. And, I mean, like, it's not because it's an alien skull.
Dude, they don't need to poop. Or they're so far advanced in their technology that their Depends, you know how like when you're elderly you wear Depends, and even when you're a baby you wear Huggies. They're poop collectors.
Or what if they evolved to where they just eat and everything they eat like is like in a capsule and it just gives their body what it needs and they just doesn't poop. It
There's
just,
no
like,
waste.
Absorbs.
It just gets absorbed. There's
like, you don't break the seal
waste
anymore. Like if they came here and drank beer, like they'd be fucked because they'd have to pee. It'd be like a seagull's stomach with an Alka-Seltzer.
Or maybe they have a defecation collection system that fuels their ship.
Yeah.
Or maybe it fuels their technology, so they just poop into these special depends that takes it and turns it into like some kind of power for their technology.
Or they both, them and the Bigfoot, both have vaporize. Like they really vaporize it.
That's right. Could be. I mean, you saw in the movie Back to the Future when he was using he was using the garbage to power the DeLorean.
Yep.
That was crazy. That's the next step. You get to the point where you don't need garbage. You can use poop to power stuff.
They're like, what are we going to do with all this garbage on this planet? I know. Make it into energy.
That's right. Energy, garbage. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's poop is another man's fuel.
Yep, and we ain't found no alien poop. That means it must be something valuable.
That means Bigfoot's an alien.
It's crazy. Where the hell's it at?
Hey, we're going to get there.
And what are they going to look like? Is it they all going to have that big gray head, or are they going to have some fucking weird ones? Like the people say there's reptilians. They look like fucking reptile people.
Here's what I want to know. They have those big gray heads, supposedly, and they have these little spindly limbs, and even their necks are a little spindly. Can you imagine the neck pains you would get having that big old melon and that little bitty neck?
Yeah, you got to have some kind of strong muscle base, but they look like they have like no muscle.
That's
really.
what I'm saying. I'll bet a good career path in the alien life would be chiropractic.
Something.
I don't know. It could be, some sort of physical therapy. That would probably be a good career path, because I'll bet a lot of people get cricks in their necks having that big old melon. What if their heads are filled with helium to help keep their heads upright?
Or what if it's like it's like seasonal, in the spring it's like smaller, and like in a
that's
certain time
interesting.
it's like bigger.
That's interesting. Yeah. Or maybe it's bigger in the summer and smaller in the winter.
And then another thing, why do all the people that see aliens, why does it look like none of them are wearing clothes? If they're so advanced in technology, like, we're not allowed to wear clothes no more? Like, isn't space supposed to be cold?
That's a good point. You know what? Maybe they don't need clothes. Maybe they've evolved beyond body regulation. They use technology to regulate the body temperature.
Yo?
What if what we see is their clothes, and it's actually another living being inside of that?
Interesting.
I don't know, man. It could be. I saw the movie, with Will Smith. That movie, and that thing burst out of that creature's head, and it was just a little tiny thing.
Yeah, in a little machine.
Yeah. What if that's it?
That'd be interesting.
And maybe that's why the head's so big. It's got to have a big head so they can fit. That's where it rides around in at.
Well, there's this conspiracy about aliens that do use human genetically made suits, and they say they use that gummaltol stuff that we use to make chewing gum to make our skin. That's another conspirasi I read about one time.
That's interesting.
The same substance we use for all our chewing gums, whether it's a minty gum, fruity, bubble yum, all that kind of stuff. That stuff was supposedly used for their skin because it dries and absorbs like skin would when it's like, done being chewed. Like you could put lotion on it and stuff like that with that stuff. That's what's weird about that substance. So
I hear that people who believe in the reptilians, I'm going to shift gears on the aliens to the reptilians. Because
supposedly they're from here.
We've captured a lot of the reptilians. So a lot of the people who hunt, we haven't captured them physically, we've captured them on camera. Supposedly a lot of people who are hunting physically for the reptilians look for warm, sunny rocks. Because, they're trying to catch them sunbathing.
So that's why you always see them, like, in Mexico and, like, the South America places. Like,
that's
they're always seen in them areas.
Yeah. Because if you're reptilian, you got to sunbathe, man.
So I guess if you really want to go look for aliens, go where it's hot.
That's right.
But you might find just that type. I think you got to go, like, in climates.
You can't go to the Amazon. You got to go to the desert-type areas. The desert.
You have just been given exclusive information.
You got to get out in that sand. You got to play with your pail and your little shovel.
Oh, right. So I had a blast, man, with that conspiracy stuff. It was kind of fun, man. It was fun to touch on that stuff a little bit.
I think I hear him coming in the back door.
It was a little scary.
Do you hear that?
Oh, my gosh.
I don't think we have a lot of time. I think we better close this out and get out of here before
Sorry
they
about
break
that, people.
in.
If we're here for episode 16, then you know what happened on the Conspirasode.
If you guys liked this, make sure you put a like and subscribe.
Hit us with a subscription, man. We appreciate it.
We need it because we might be able to have to bail ourselves out of some FBI stronghold. They're coming for us right now.
And this has been another episode of
Meant
to
Vent.
We're out of
people.
here. We're out of here quickly.
We
Bye.
gotta go.